you. Now, in this particular build-up, there is one inclusion in this 4-2 build-up of Chelsea against the 5-men pressing shape of Team Manchester City. Behind the 5 men of Manchester City is a Cole Palmer who has dropped into the pocket size, which we need to talk about. A new tactical inclusion from coach Enzo Maresca. Now, Sammy, give me the next picture and let's explain that rule. Now, squeeze in the for everyone to see. It is called the enganche. Now, the enganche is similar to a three-quarter step. But what an enganche does in football is he operates between the midfield lines and the attacking lines. So he becomes the hook of the team. So the underlying word is the hook of the team. So in this particular game against Manchester City, Cole Palmer was playing as the hook of the team, dropping from his respective role into infield and picking up those loose balls. Then he can connect the attack. Now, let's move to the third graphic. In the third graphic is where Chelsea is playing on the offensive side, or Chelsea has moved from their first phase of build-up to their second phase of build-up. Now, in this particular build-up, in that of their second phase of build-up, which tactically we call it the progression phase. In the progression phase, this is a Chelsea team building with a 3-2 build-up. And 3-2 build-up, we know, is called an M shape. So you are going to get an MW shape as an overall progression phase play for Team Chelsea. Now, I kept saying this, that Enzo Maresca will keep experimenting. And for him to invent his fullbacks will depend on the situation and the results he needs. In this case, no fullback is invented. You see the two deep line playmakers in Caicedo and that of Enzo playing as a register in this particular team, operating advancedly as a Mezzala. Then you see a Romeo Lavia dropping on the left-hand side of Chelsea, playing as that lateral midfielder. This time around, not the deep line playmaker. So this is another form of invention. This time around, no fullback is invented. But in this case, in order to accommodate Cole Palmer, Malo Gusto has to stay on the lines. So Malo Gusto is on the lines. Cole Palmer is now in an advanced area in the right half space as that Mezzala Destra. Now let's move forward to our next graphic. Now, moving into our next graphic now, you will see clearly how Chelsea wants to actually penetrate Team Manchester City. Chelsea wants to penetrate them having two Mezzalas, and that's two Mezzalas. This is where Chelsea's first problem was in the first half. Enzo Fernandez. Now, Enzo Fernandez playing as a register of the team, going forward as that advanced Mezzala, wasn't able to play well in that left half space. That space in their last game, which is against Inter Milan, we saw Nkuku and Cole Palmer playing as that Mezzala Sinistra and Mezzala Destra. Why not this particular game? But to force your hand and play Enzo Fernandez in this particular tactical setup means that when you get to attack and the ball is with Enzo, things will slow down for you. Another headache for coach Enzo Maresca. Now, to the next graphic, and let's extend the analysis to Manchester City's side of play. Now, to Manchester City's side of play, this is a Manchester City team facing a mid-block from Chelsea, a 4-4-2 mid-block. Now, watch the mid-block of Chelsea. Very disorganized. Their second line of defense is very disorganized. Now, in order for City to be able to play through, whenever the ball gets to Josko Gvardiol, it means there is going to be a left rotation for Team Manchester City. Now, move to the next graphic. In the next graphic, you see Josko Gvardiol on the ball. The moment he gets the ball, Josko Gvardiol is the one in the white shaded area. Kevin De Bruyne is the one in the red shaded area, and the green shaded area is Sabino. Now, go back to the other graphic and let me make something clear here. In the last graphic, Sabino was on the line, on the same vertical axis with Kevin De Bruyne. Now, move to the next one. In the next one, you will see Sabino moving inside to pin Malo Gusto to open up space for Kevin De Bruyne. So there is a trial connection there between Sabino, Kevin De Bruyne, and that of Josko Gvardiol. To the next picture, let's move on. Now, in the next picture, you will see when this tactical rotation happens, there are three players open for Josko Gvardiol to give a penetrative pass for them to keep attacking Chelsea.
One, so 3 players now are open. Why would you say Uncle so Chelsea setup?
Now, if you are using a tactical setup to defend, that is in this case a mid block. The whole mid block has to shift to that is the left hand side of Manchester City in order to close those pocket sizes. What they are doing there is called pocket positioning. If you want to close the pocket positioning, you can't defend it entirely with your body, but you use your shadow cover So it is your shadow cover that has to pick out those players out of the game for City to keep playing those horizontal passes. But since Caicedo has been forced to move out of his position, now watch, there is a ball or a passage that Josko Gabriel can play a vertical pass to Savinho, or he can play a diagonal left pass to Kevin De Bruyne, or a diagonal right pass to Bernardo Silva. Now let's move to the next graphic. In the next graphic, you see Savinho, since he had pinned Malo Gusto, and Malo Gusto is now confused as to if he should track Savinho or he should stay in his position to disallow Kevin De Bruyne from what? Overlapping. In this case, Kevin De Bruyne is playing as that mezzala for Team Manchester City. Now Savinho gets the ball. Next graphic, let's go. Savinho gets the ball, turns towards Chelsea's defense, and this is their first chance. Same sequence happened, and Erling Haaland got his first goal. So I feel like overall Chelsea didn't do bad in that particular game, but Pep Guardiola had the upper hand. Now,